Hello everybody, welcome back to our last segment of Shenanigans for the day. Party.
That never was a village of halflings and gnomes. We know that now. And we hope that the town pays at least for accidental extermination of water trolls.
Yeah. So you guys wake up in the... you've made it into Bon May. It's all looking good. You're having this thought that maybe there never were any halflings or gnomes and Desmond just sent you on a wild goose chase. That would be the first time he's ever done anything like that. So what do you guys want to do?
This has been an interesting distraction, but I think it is time to head back.
Yeah.
All right. The party heads back. You're gonna head all the way back to Berkshire by boat. You can take the whole way by boat.
Yeah, why not?
Along the way, I want to watch for waterfowl.
You can do that. Yes, that there's a specific bird watching tour that goes up the Berg River. Is that the one that you want to take?
No.
It's called Birds, 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 and Birdie is your tour guide, and she will take you. Okay.
Anything that is called, that has its purpose 3 times in the name, and the guide or whatever leader is also named after that thing, is never a good decision.
So you don't want to go to Mustaches, Mustaches, Mustaches and get one from Senior Mustache?
No.
That's just weird.
How are you ever going to buy a glue-on mustache if you don't go to Mustaches, Mustaches, Mustaches?
You just go to the gnomish prank shop or inventor who probably has some kind of mechanical mustache around.
See, the gnomish prank shop is totally a prank shop, but all the pranks are pulled on the people who buy the thing. They'll sell you like, oh, this is like a trick mustache. You put it on and it does a blah, blah, blah. But really, you just like glues on and never comes off and you're stuck with it for a year.
It's just a mustache with super glue on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's what you want, right? A glue-on mustache.
Yeah. Cool. So you hop on your boat. The boat gets to the bridge by the end of the day, and everyone can pile out and rest there at the bridge where all the other people are in the semblance of civilization, free from monster attacks.
Did I see any waterfowl?
Give me a perception check.
All right.
Oh, by the way, Neal, when we kind of were in Bon May for a short time, is there some kind of traditional wine or exquisite liquid?
Yeah, there's wine. The owner of it has a great selection.
Bofia walked in for one like short minute and asked, "Do you have a classic, something like a classical Bon May wine?"
Of course we do. At Winnie's Wine Shop, we have all the greatest wines.
What kind of wine is it?
Well, it has a hint of chocolate and pine together, mixed with a zesty electrical snap.
1 bottle.
1 bottle for you. Now don't whine about it. And she hands you a bottle and charges you 30 silver.
Alright, and mysteriously she is found dead the next morning. With a note, never make wine jokes in a shop called Wine. She probably was called Winnie Winer.
She's not a wino. What? She's a respectable...
No, but...
What is the term? Okay, so if you brew beer, you distill liquor, what do you do to wine? How do you make wine?
You ferment it.
What, you ferment wine?
Yeah.
Ferment grapes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you ferment many things, but we have specific words like brewing and distilling. I was wondering if there was a specific wine.
Fermented grapes.
Well, yes, but like beer is fermented hops and barley, you know, but we don't call it.
Neal, you should take that as a lookup and find out and tell us next week.
Okay, you don't want to play my games. That's okay. I get it.
No,
anyway, you're at the bridge.
Now I have to look it up.
We had this discussion.
No, don't do his lookups for him.
But what do you call making wine? It's not venting wine. It's a vineyard and it's a vintage, but you don't vint your wine.
I would imagine you do, since the person who makes wine is a vintner.
Do you vent wine? We got a whole bunch of wine venting out back. Is that?
I don't think the wine is venting. I think you're venting.
But what do you?
Don't
Okay,
brew
but
wine claws.
But you brew beer, so we got a whole bunch of brew beering out back is legit.
By brewers.
Beer brewing.
Yeah. But do you have wine venting out back? I don't think so.
It's just
know.
fermenting.
Maybe.
It's just fermenting. There is
Maybe.
no other word.
Maybe. But after your whole... No, never mind. We're not going to get into that. We'll leave our HOTS talk for another time. You get to the bridge, you rest the night, and you take the river up the next day. We are going to talk about it, though.
Pick damn Void Prison, yeah.
No, we had a discussion. I have a lot of backup now. Void Prism is not the only reliable, reasonable talent to take. Anyway, you get most of the way up the river. You're on this little boat. It's been lovely.
Wait, the waterfowl.
Oh, would you? Yeah, you see waterfowl, Rob. You totally see them.
Are there geese?
Yes.
I want to throw a rock and try to take out a goose.
You're throwing rocks at birds now? You really are the old man in the park, Vigloff.
Wait, you've never thrown rocks at geese before?
Who throws rocks at geese? What's wrong with you?
Because they fucking shit all over my grandparents' lawn.
That's what geese do. They shit on places.
Yeah, so you throw rocks at them.
on the water. They shit in the water.
Yeah, they shit in the water.
All right, Vigloff, throw a rock at a
they're
goose.
Basically yelp
Geese
trolls.
are assholes.
Get all over
right?
everything.
Geese are assholes. I totally get it. Throw a rock at your goose.
Also, important note: Canadian geese are no longer protected. You can fucking hit them all you want now.
Wait,
Oh.
aren't geese like... Wait, geese are awful. Swans are fucking
Oh,
insane.
swans are the worst. Geese are awful, but
Swans are
the-
just ugly geese, you know? Or no, geese are just ugly swans? Swans are just pretty geese. Look, they're the same damn creature.
Swans are just mental.
All
I
right,
missed
Rob,
with my first rock. I want to throw again.
Well, hold on, but the goose sees you throwing the rock at it. It understands your intent to hit it, and now you have to roll initiative because the goose is coming for you.
All right.
Can we stay
Ooh,
in the
it
back and
rolls
help the geese win and take the
10 on initiative. If anyone else would like to join in, go for it.
What's the initiative of a rock?
Your base initiative. You're a large creature, so it's going to be 6. You can't have less than 6 initiative. The goose goes first, and you know what? It's going to buzz you.
No. I rolled initiative 8.
All right. Doreen, you see the goose that start to fly towards Vigloff, who's been throwing rocks at it. You magic missile the goose. It explodes into 1,000 bits. Feathers go everywhere. The rest of the geese in the water take note and will roll initiative.
No, they'll fucking fly away because they're birds and that's what they do.
No,
These
geese
are
assholes.
angry geese, Connor, and they're coming for you.
Connar, remember the chickens from Zelda? From the Zelda games? That's basically the variant in Arcadia. Geese. You kill one geese, they all come for you.
All right.
If we're having goose tonight.
Angela.
Guathier, you see geese. They're flapping their wings. They're coming towards the boat. A whole gaggle of them. What are you gonna do?
Let me. I rolled a +1. So.
Yep. You're casting a spell. What spell are you casting?
Well, I was going to color spray Wiglove and that one geese. Now I'm going to color spray Wiglove and how many five, maybe 5 geese.
Give me a D. Give me a D6.
Because I was not.
Guathier.
Why are you?
I have no idea why he's color spraying you.
Because you're fucking with geese. That's not what you do in life. It's like asking to be murdered.
I had a purpose.
So, Wiglove and 2 geese because I'm level 3.
Give me saving throws. Vigloff, wait. Vigloff, are you equal to or greater than
Oh,
Guathier's
wait,
level?
I cast a level higher because he doesn't get a save. He's just unconscious. And the geese are unconscious.
All right, Vigloff. Your teammate knocks you unconscious with the color spray spell.
All right.
You have a 50% chance of falling off of the boat and into the water because you are giant size. So about half the directions you fall in would fall off the boat. Give me a D100, 50 or lower, you fall into the water.
I mean, hey, at least the geese are hopefully distracted.
You fall into the water, Vigloff, unconscious.
And I assume that like Guafi does that. Like, he
drop
falls
my
into the
shield,
water.
drop my sword, stick him somewhere safe. And by drop, I mean stick him somewhere safe. I grab one of the ropes that's on a boat because you always have rope on a boat, and I dive after.
You dive into the water after
While
Vigloff. Holding the rope.
I just assume like Guafi looks at it. I did not expect him to fall through the water.
Meanwhile, the other 2 geese also fall unconscious. Meanwhile, the remaining geese are going to attack you, Guathir.
Hold on. A line. Oh, I guess I haven't rolled initiative yet, but I needed to. I was looking up the initiative.
It's the same round, still first round.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, Guathir. There are 2 natural 20s and 1 natural 1 against you as the geese attack you.
They don't have a modifier, I assume, so it's just...
Oh, they're geese. Of course they have a modifier. Are you
modifier
kidding?
plus -5.
They have +2 to hit. Yeah. So it's 2 22s because they're geese. They're terrifying. They're gonna hit you and they're gonna fuck you up. What's your AC, Guathir?
17. So 2 crit.
You get double crit by the geese. You get crit
Single
twice by the
crit.
geese. Single crit twice by the geese.
D20 damage for 1 geese.
You take 11 points of damage as the geese dive bomb you. Their claws come out. They rake you with them. They've got those teeth, like they've got beaks and teeth, and one of them like grabs you by the ear and like rips part of your ear off, so it's like dangling against the side of your face. The claws wreck your neck. And the rest of the geese are all flying away now.
you're the cobalt of the sky, not the water, you fucking bastards. It's like he's on 6 HP.
The geese fly off, content that they've fucked you up enough to have made their point.
Hold on. Roll initiative for them trying to fly away.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Lots of destruction.
They roll 4 and 6.
I'm going to throw my fucking head in this.
All right, they go 4 and 6, and they spend their turn flying.
Oh, okay, they're out of range.
Does falling in water wake me up?
I think it does.
Yeah.
Because
you're
color spray
unconscious for
knocks you on. Oh, that's
2d4
right.
rounds.
You are unconscious for 2d4 rounds. Oh,
just-
roll it, Vigloff. Roll it. Thank God Torque is here to save you.
I think
Roll what?
Doreen would also jump in if Torque hadn't.
Doreen's in like heavy armor. She would just sink to the bottom of the river and be
No,
gone
That's
forever.
I'm perfectly fine. I'm not
2 to 8.
2d4.
I can swim, Neal. Doreen can swim in full plate.
All right. Vigloff is unconscious for a little while. Torque manages to rescue the man overboard.
Wait,
Good job, Torque.
I have to ask, how much strength does Torque have? How much does Wiglaf weigh, actually?
I'm not wearing armor.
You know, it doesn't matter if you wear armor.
I like under his arms and whatnot, and then start pulling up on the rope from above
Yeah,
the
Doreen will help pull you in. All you need to do is come above water a little.
Like, Guafi is like, his hair is a mess and all that. You should be fucking happy I took those geese for him.
It's your fault he's in the fucking water.
What do you want? What would you have, Ali? Be in the water and rescued by companions, or be attacked by a swarm of geese?
They're just fucking geese, bro.
Imagine geese are the gnomes of the water.
No, they're not. That's stupid. They're birds.
Water gnomes.
They are. Imagine if
Everyone knows Nom the Marsupial.
you are unconscious. Imagine, you know, the equivalent of gnomes in bird form on the water. That's a geese.
But the geese are birds, you dumb elf.
Equivalent of gnomes. No.
But they're birds, so they're not gnomes.
Yes, in the bird world, geese are basically gnomes. At least.
No, they aren't. That's not how that works. Or do
Yeah.
you want to go in the water now?
I can swim.
Hey, Dorian, you still got some weights in there?
But let us not be hasty. Also, you cannot tell me that he deserved it.
They're just
not-
fucking geese. And then you go and freaking, gonna color spray him, and then...
I hit the geese and
he
he
falls
was
in the
just
water.
in the way. It's not the big boat.
You're right, it's not a big boat, and you still didn't have to hit him. I watched you aim that shit above us during the fight the other day, hitting all the trolls and not us. Why couldn't you do that this time? Not so superior now, are you?
Maybe I just wanted to hit him. No. I knew
Alright.
he wouldn't drown with you guys around.
By the way, Neal,
Vigloff
If
is
I-
rescued eventually.
if I had gotten my initiative off, I would have grabbed the geese by their necks and used them as maces.
God.
Alrighty.
After I wake up, I want to gather the geese.
Just too knocked out.
Oh yeah, Neal, what happened to the geese?
The grease in the water are left behind. They float downstream while your boat pulls you upstream. Those
They're
geese.
probably drowned.
Yeah, they're fine. They float. They don't drown.
Just because they float doesn't mean their heads
They-
went underwater.
They don't drown.
I think they
don't
drown.
They don't drown.
You
They've
assume
been
they
dead
don't.
for 6 rounds. I'm pretty sure their heads sink.
Let's just assume a water. They didn't
Alright,
drown, but a
alright.
water troll took the snack.
You missed the geese because your allies knocked you unconscious because you annoyed them so much. You guys get back to the bridge. You rest for the night.
Did we get some geese?
You got 0 geese. All right, it was a wild goose chase. It didn't end in anything
Yes.
useful.
That is the point. I wanted to have a goose to give to Desmond and say, "Here's what you asked for from your
my God.
wild goose
Fine, we'll get a goose, okay? We will
We just buy one.
days."
We
The
just
elf
buy one.
has to say
Jesus
that
Christ, you
the
guys
point
see the
was there.
damn buildings. You see the village. It's on the way back. It's quite close to Berkshire. It's right along the bank of the river in one of those areas where it was so difficult to walk along the banks of the river that you decided to just like walk 60 feet inland and you couldn't see the banks of the river and you totally walked right past their village.
Oh,
And you see it finally on your way home after like 8 days, 9, maybe 10 days out in the wilds. You
it is
finally
too
see the
bad
villages.
None of us thought to rent a boat from the lesbian sea person bar.
You know what?
Well, we
Neal,
Neal, how
got
could
them
you-
so much
How
problem.
could you make him be right?
Because I tried to just be like, make me a dex check because you're walking along the river. And you guys are like, no. Let's walk away from the river where we can't see the banks of the river because it's
30
easier.
feet away.
An entire
let's just-
village in 60 feet.
Yeah, it's built, it's underground, bro. None of it is above the ground. It's all built.
You
I
can
told you,
still see
little
the
round
utility
doors. You
coming
can't
out,
see it.
the
It's too
smoke
much
coming out,
foliage.
You're not. The smoke's not going to be invisible from 60 feet away.
It was
You-
morning. There
you're
wasn't any
clear.
smoke.
Yeah, they're putting their fucking tea on. What the fuck do you think they're doing? They gotta have their breakfast. They gotta
You
have
missed
the
it.
smell.
You missed it. I tried to get you guys to it, and you went as far away from it as possible.
like 20 meters
You see
away.
it.
To me either,
You
Neal.
see it now.
bullshit. I walk up to the mayor. What the fuck do you want?
Yeah.
Who are you? What are you doing in my village? He says
Someone
to
said
you.
you had some problems with shitheads across the river. What the fuck do you want?
The gnomes. They're so loud, but you're so loud.
Yeah, tell me what you want with them, or I'll get
Get them
louder.
to stop and go away and live somewhere else and be quiet.
Very well.
Your pilot takes a look at you guys and goes, "You want to go to the other side of the river?"
Yeah.
Please, I appreciate it.
Yeah, everyone piles in the boat and heads towards the other side of the river. And as you're crossing the river, you see a couple of gnomes start to poke their heads out of little windows. And as you come across, they start pulling these cords. You can see them moving, but you can't see what the cords are attached to. And all of a sudden, these
I
spikes...
jump in the river and swim back to the other side.
Torque takes off. Spikes start emerging from the ground with halflings attached to them. These are like gutted halflings from anus to mouth on these spikes. And they've been hidden underground until you guys start coming across, and then the spikes are raised from their hidden places. And you see there's got to be like 20 halflings spiked by gnomes rising from the ground in unison to orchestral music being played by a gnome.
Doreen, blossom.
Oh, we will. Don't worry about that.
Torque is in the water, swimming back to the halfling side. Gwathir, Doreen, and Vigloff are going across. The pilot's like, what the fuck? I did not sign up for this. He's trying to pull a hard right to head to Berkshire.
The pilot, we're doing this! We're killing those fucking gnomes!
I stand in front of him, the pilot, and just say, keep going.
He goes back left, but he's as wide as a sheet. He realizes today's the day he's going to die. And that's when what looks like just grassy knolls actually fall into the hills, and ballistas start being rolled out. We need to roll initiative because the gnomes are ready to defend their land against the halflings. 120 feet? Not quite. 80 feet. 80 feet.
And I'm going to jump behind Wiglam and like, oh shit, they have ballistas.
They have ballistas.
Neal, just tell me when you say I can make another will check.
Once your party starts taking damage, you'll have to decide whether or not you can brave the gnomes to save your friends.
A new question. This is how long of the geese thing?
A day.
Okay, so I have my spells.
And based on swimming halfway across the river, how long do I think it would take me to swim all the way across the river?
The river is 400 feet wide. So you've spent a round swimming back to one side. It'll take you a round to swim back to where you were, and probably another round to get to the other side. So it'll take you 2 rounds to cross the river. Okay. Did we roll initiative? Did everyone roll?
I mean,
excuse me.
Yeah, whatever.
1, 2, all right. Ooh, Doreen, no, Gwathir, you're first.
And me.
Invisibility.
Right, but you're just swimming away. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Gwathir turns invisible.
Yeah.
Poof, gone. Next up, Doreen.
All right, Neal. How many ballistae?
There are 3 ballistae.
All right. Aiming for one of them.
All right. Give me, I don't know what you're doing, but do it.
Lance of Disruption.
Oh, you hit the ballista, you hit the gnome, it goes into the little armored gnome shack behind, blasts around, blood, skulls, bones, bits of wood come flying out, as well as some machinery and pottery.
And
that ballista's gone. Fucking gone.
Goes off. Darkness.
You are covered in darkness, and that's when the 2 ballista fire at the giant fucking ogre, because of course the gnomes are going to target the giant ogre.
What is if my 2-handed swords have a +10, what is the initiative on a ballista?
They are locked and loaded and ready to fire because gnomes are prepared for invasion. They just had to lower the gates to aim the crossbow, the ballista.
Gnomes are also skilled mechanists who would know that keeping a ballista locked and loaded would damage the resilience.
Absolutely. That's why they have a constant team of gnomes repairing ballistas. They've got the active one and the repaired one, and then they'll like disassemble it and build a new one.
Want to argue this?
So actually, what you're saying is
Just go. Let's see him aim for him in darkness.
Aiming for the giant ogre.
That
Excellent.
they can't even see because it's a 30.
The large ogre.
They are both natural 6s. One ballista bolt fires way high. The other, as Rob has pointed out to us, has been just overstretched for a little bit too long and lands on the boat and just kind of like skids up to your feet and stops there. You can hear the gnomes babbling in Gnomish. Do any of you speak Gnomish? You have no idea what they're saying.
Dumbass language to speak.
No idea what they're saying.
They're just rhyming, Neal. Gnomish is just rhyming.
It's very sing-songy. It's very pleasant to listen to as long as you don't know what they're saying. Meanwhile, the boat arrives at the other shore. Vigloff, you're surrounded by darkness. You can't see anything.
All right. Did I hear the ballista bolts skimming across the deck?
Yeah, you heard a twang, and then like you felt something cool touching your big toe, and you also heard a
perfect.
whoosh.
Then I am gonna grab it.
You do.
I am going to hurl it back at the twang.
It's pitch black. You can't see anything because of the magical darkness around you, but go ahead and roll it anyway.
All right.
-4 to hit for darkness. But you know where to roll. You know where to throw it.
So
Can't
+2, -4.
quite see. No.
And I'm gonna shout, send me more ballista bolts.
All right.
All right, so are we on the gnome shore?
The boat came to a sudden stop, but you can't see anything.
All right, then.
Let's all roll initiative.
D10 plus.
Ugh.
Oof, almost a 1.
Wow. They go. The earliest is at 7. Rob, how did you get? No, that's not your initiative. That's your attack roll. Never mind.
No, that's my initiative. 11.
Yeah, I was looking at a 4. I was mistaken. The first one goes at, what did I say? 4? 7?
Yeah.
7 makes sense, yeah. So it goes at the same time as Guathir. And
Alright.
it launches a bolt in your direction. Oh, natural 20. Natural.
Whose direction?
Oh, at Vigla.
Oh.
Hold on, I gotta go look up light ballista
They
siege
still
damage.
can't see me. I'm in the darkness.
I understand, but
Doesn't
they
matter,
still. I mean, you threw a bolt right back at them, and now they're firing one at you. And
Wait, how are they able to load the freaking ballista that quickly?
they're gnomes. They have auto-loading ballista mechanisms. They have to make a saving throw every round, otherwise it backfires and breaks on them. But
Yeah.
if they pass their saving throw, the ballista loads.
I just imagine if they don't pass it, ballista just jumps into the air due to some spring or something that shoots back at the gnome.
It's a mechanized ballista plus active teams of gnomes who are, working on it. It's kind of a shit show, and it doesn't make any sense to anyone. It's probably, weird gnome magic. It's basically everything.
Oh no, even better if I fail the save, like the ballista, the ball just flies backwards out of the ballista. The string is behind the ball, but for some reason it just flies through the string.
Okay, light ballista, the lightest of ballistas, does 3d6 to large creatures. And you have 17 AC. Yeah, it definitely doesn't crit you. Vigloff, you will take 9 damage as a ballista bolt hits you in your gut.
Ow.
Oh my god.
Well, you asked for more ballista bolts. I'm gonna point that out.
You did. You did.
Yeah, it did. Alright. At the same time, Guathir is going to, on himself, cast Display Self, which does not break invisibility, since it's not an attack or anything.
Displace elf is a spell?
Display Self.
Display
Display
Yeah,
Elf.
that's what I said.
Yes,
Displace
Display
elf. I've
Elf.
never heard of that.
Yes, it is a
That's
unique.
a pretty specific spell.
Yeah,
That is.
it's unique to superior beings like elves. Anyway, it's how long does it last? Let me check, because I might want to cast. Yeah, I want to cast it at higher level. So it lasts for 4 rounds.
You are displaced.
And I step from the boat out of the darkness, if
Oh,
possible.
the darkness is like 60 feet in radius. It's pretty fucking big.
Okay, I slowly work my way from the boat onto ground. On the ground. I assume
You feel your way across the boat very carefully. There's a Vigloff, there's a Doreen, there's a step, there's a prow, there's hard land. Okay, and you step onto hard land only to feel the land spring. It is a spring-loaded section of ground that is released when pressure is applied to it. I need you to make me a saving throw versus spell. Actually, saving throw versus death, else you are being flung into the river by the spring-loaded ground.
That's
But
Nope.
wait,
Wait,
I'm just.
did you make it?
Oh no, yeah, I am displaced, but.
That's a
I'm-
visual illusion, yeah. Your physical presence is...
Guathir
Guathir goes... and lands in the water behind
I
the
can
boat.
swim. I can swim.
All right, cool. You can swim, but you have been defeated and knocked into the water.
I mean, how far out in the river?
You're like 30 feet out. Whatever. It's not super far. It's just
The
like
gnomes-
annoying.
They hear something, they can't see what happened. I'm invisible, and there's darkness and this place. So.
All they know is that they're trap triggered. And who's next in initiative order? Their next ballista goes at 15. Does anyone beat a 15?
Yes, the gnomes definitely
Yeah,
higher like
honestly.
me.
Go for it. I think everyone beats a 15. So
I
everyone else
don't.
except for Doreen. Torque, you've made it back to the other side of the river now. You are on the halfling side. You can see the darkness surrounding your friends, and you get a momentary glimpse of Guathier as he crests outside of the darkness.
Invisible.
And then, nope, never mind, you don't.
You hear a splash
You just
behind
see a
you.
random splash where nothing hit.
No,
You do
I'd
see
say
a
that-
splash.
No,
That's not
you see
inspired
like
me.
a Guathier formed. Just as for a split second, you see a Guathier formed shape in the water, hitting the water, like in.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's just Guathier. I'm not bleeding. It didn't look like. I'm not.
So you're not too
shooting.
concerned.
Yeah.
The
Also-
halfling mayor comes up to you and says, "You wanted to get rid of the gnomes, well there they are. Go do it.
Shut the fuck up, all right? This is hard.
You're a coward. I should have hired kobolds."
I like pull out my sword. I'm like,
He's
not
intimidated,
the
but
time for this.
he's intimidated, but he stands his ground and continues to shit talk you.
Halflings are brave.
And then pick him up and
Fine, I
say,
put
then
my
we're
sword away.
going together and
I'm
start
like
looking back.
staring at the other side, still kind of like halfway hiding behind the rock. I didn't see Vigloff take damage.
You didn't see Guathier fall in the river either. All these
Yeah,
possible conditions to break your.
I saw him like fly through the air.
Yeah.
Which, if it was anyone else, that would
Didn't see him fly through the air.
No,
Alright.
he just saw the splash.
Yeah, because Guathier is actually invisible currently, like with invisibility spell. So, yeah, I guess you're just kind of freaking out.
Yeah.
Next party member.
Did the thing miss?
I go on 11. When do other people go?
Yeah, go for it right now. Take your turn.
Is it my turn?
It's your turn. It's 11.
All right. I'll say careful now. There was a trap that was so powerful it made Guahir do a Wilhelm scream.
You
And I
didn't
will
see
try-
any of this.
What?
You didn't see
But
it,
he-
Rob. You're not
He
playing by the
he heard it.
rules.
To be fair, I didn't do a scream, so
In fact, he did a Wilhelm scream,
Yeah.
it was more like a goofy scream. But yeah,
which is the Wilhelm scream.
it's like the elf version of the Wilhelm scream. Yeah.
All right. I am going to assume that he's already set off the trap, and that whatever happened there, because I kind of figured there might be spikes or something. I don't know what it was. Since they raised halfling spikes, so I'm hoping that he's now cleared a path, and my goal is to go through that space, and I want to run up and rip a ballista out of its mount. Because
All
I'm
right.
guessing they probably can't turn and shoot each other.
Well, it's very dark. You know, you're doing all of this in pure blackness, right? So you're kind of fumbling forward, looking for the ballista.
Well, first-
And I need you to make me. Ooh, no, I don't need you. I need the gnomes to make me a saving throw, which is a failure. So you step on another spring trap meant to launch invaders back into the water, but you are so heavy, you just break their spring trap and fall up to your knee in a pit. But that's it. That's it.
He got slowed down for a second.
As they
ahead.
look out, the gnomes are trying to mildly inconvenience us.
Don't worry, Neal. That's just the gnomes having hiccups because they saw a ballista getting ripped in half by a beam.
Please make me a roll to hit Vigloff with -4 for not being able to see in darkness.
Let's see. So I'm assuming I get the plus. Let's see, and +3 for strength. Okay, so just total +5.
You find a gnome somehow, against all odds. You're grabbing one, or you're slashing one, or you're stabbing one?
Grabbing one. I was hoping to grab the ballista. I wanted to rip it out.
Yeah, well, you get gnome and ballista in your hand.
All right. So I've got a gnome and a ballista.
You have a gnome and a ballista.
Like, okay, it's like I'm like holding it against it.
The gnome is like seated, like the ballista, you can't see it, but you can feel it. He's in a chair with the ballista mounted right between his legs, one leg on either side of it. Other gnomes were like piling bolts onto it, and he's got the thing that he's pulled back, actually cranked back with a cranky wheel with little rockets on it to help spin it faster. And that's when you grab hold of him. The little spinny wheel is going right by your hand. You can feel the sparks of it coming off onto you. It's little like fireworks, like bottle rockets and stuff to help spin it.
All right,
Yeah.
I somehow make a cocking noise, and then I keep going forward to get out of the darkness.
All right, you run up the hill.
Rambo style.
Yeah, you get up the hill, you start running through trees and bushes, and after 60 feet, you're out of the darkness and in the wilderness with no sign of villages near you anywhere. You can hear the river behind you.
The gnomes build underground too?
The gnomes built underground too, yes.
Okay, well, I guess that's where I am this round.
All right, next party member.
Doreen.
Okay, so I guess I will, lower the darkness now that we're here. Tell the ship guy to, jump into the water. Get out of here.
Get out of here!
And then just go up to the other remaining ballista. Like, there were two, now there's one. Where'd it go? And just go to, like, smash the gnome on it.
All right, give me a roll to hit.
Okay. 11.
No, you missed the gnome. Your mace or whatever Morningstar gets caught in and amongst the ballista gears and thingies, and he was loading it, and now it's all cockeyed because there's a mace in it. It's okay, you failed the saving throw anyway. It was gonna break. And the gnome starts shouting in all sorts of languages. You see there's another gnome with like a spinny wheel with bottle rockets attached to it, about to put the wheel, like take off one wheel and put another one on, like you might have with like a race car sort of thing where you go to like the pit stop and they change all the wheels real quickly. That's how they get the fast reload rate, is they've got bottle rockets that spin the cranks and they just replace the cranks really quickly. The gnomes are freaking out. One of them is going to use his weapon of last resort. You see the gnome spark a light and walk over to a barrel filled with who knows what, but he puts the burning wick on the barrel, which begins to sparkle and glitter and glow brightly, and there's an internal countdown in your head, and shit's about to hit the fan. Anyone else left? I don't think so. The end of the round, the barrel explodes. Doreen and every gnome within that building, make me a saving throw versus spell. Actually, breath weapon. Breath weapon seems more appropriate.
Nope.
Yeah, they definitely don't make it either. The barrel detonates.
Blows himself up.
Everybody in that room.
That's a lot of dice.
It's a lot of D10s. Okay, so 10, 20, 37 damage. Everything takes 37 damage.
Shit.
Excuse me, Neal?
Everything takes 37 damage as the room detonates. The weapon of last defense, the enemy have breached the walls and they're about to get all of our technological advancements, goes up in flames. The entire gnome village is going to be destroyed by this. Do you survive 36 damage, Doreen?
Yes.
You get blown back across the water, maybe hitting the boat? missing the boat entirely, landing somewhere in the water. The boat itself is blown backwards. The ship captain will take 1/10 of the damage because he's far enough away, so he's fine, but he's knocked prone as well. Torque, you're on the other side. You see the darkness vanish. You see Doreen run in, and a moment later, you just see fireballs exploding everywhere as Doreen gets launched into the water. You also see Vigloff, or like the top of his head, like way up on the hillside and like in through the trees. He's like lost amongst all the foliage.
Fine.
He's
And
fine.
you hear like a gnome as he's like thrown around by Big Love. Into this makeshift thing. Oh boy.
And I think we can step out of combat here because there are no visible gnomes left. There are still a couple of gnome hidey holes, but they look abandoned, and there's just a giant crater where the
Neal, actually, I don't think I actually got launched back. It's just like one of those like cartoons where it is a crater and just like a single pile or like a single spire that the person is standing on.
Yep, and you're just like covered, you're black head to toe, completely charred. Yeah, completely cindered.
Yeah, there is like you hear like some like some wet splashes behind, and you see like something is dripping water onto the floor, and you hear just the voice. Is there any gnome left?
Doesn't look like it.
Actually, I'm standing up on top of that hill.
Not one gnome.
You're on the hill with the ballista, with the one gnome still in the seat. Yes.
I take the ballista bolt out of the ballista. I take the gnome, kind of straighten him up, put him in the ballista, and I say, I don't know what your job was, but you're fired. And launch him out down with the ballista.
He sails above the tree line. His fate unknown. Maybe he's dead. Maybe he survives. Maybe he's still flying to this day. We'll never know. Actually, Rob, I need you to make me a saving throw versus death to see if the ballista operates correctly.
Gnome just gets split back
into your face, killed by gnome.
Well, they do have those pointy hats.
They do. They
really
do. That's probably a pass. It fires. Woo! The gnome is gone. The pilot is gone. Once everyone was off his boat, he fucking just turned around and headed back the other way. He didn't take any payment. He's just fucking gone.
Free boat ride.
So basically, there's a big explosion down in the gnome village.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I don't really have a choice. I have to walk away without looking back.
Later that day, as the sun is setting, the party stumbles back into Shenanigans.
Ow.
It's been at least a week.
We gotta go to the Halfling village to get paid.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right.
Yeah, Vigloff just walks off into the woods, and we're like, "What? Where are you going?"
I have to for several rounds because that's what I have to do if there's an explosion behind me. So I have to walk away and not look back at the explosion.
I assume like Doreen and Guafir just look at each other, shrug, and kind of try to wave someone from the Halfling village over.
In fact, I'm going to do it in slow motion.
Nice.
I think we can just swim there, honestly.
In your armor?
Yeah. Okay, fine. You know what? Doreen doesn't swim. She walks along the bottom of the water, Neal.
You do have a scarf of water breathing. Yeah. All right.
Make it back.
Just Terminators out of the water.
The gnomes on the other side of the halflings on the other side of the bank are applauding.
Yes. Thank you. Whatever. Like Guafir as he kind of rise out of his hair. Anyway, what's that about? What was the payment? It was something about treasure.
The greatest treasure that we've been sitting on for ages. It's wonderful. It's fantastic.
If you say friendship, I will squish this village.
It is not friendship. It's definitely not friendship. It is wonderful. Here, let me show you. Just come this way. Shh, just come this way.
If it's a chair, I will massacre this village.
Don't come this way. Don't come this way.
He comes this way. He comes this way.
Everyone except for Vigloff can come do this. The gnome, the halfling village is too small for Vigloff to enter. It's all underground, and you're just too big. You can't make it in. So you have to sit outside and listen as the party's brought into this community hall. There's like 7 fireplaces, and they each have like a different pot of stew over them. There's all these tables, candles, garlands, decorations, the scent of cinnamon and cumin reach your nose. It's just wonderful. And there's a chair at the far back, and they bring it to you and say, "This is yours."
I want to point out, I thought you said cinnamon and human, not cumin.
Cumin, cinnamon and cumin.
And that is, Rob, why you don't give Neal's idea at the start of the set.
This is for you. It's a magic chair.
What does it do?
It makes you taller when you sit in it.
How big is the chair?
Wait.
It's halfling sized.
Yeah, can I take this for a moment?
Well, wouldn't you like to sit in it first? Try it. Give it a sit.
Sits
Walker,
down.
go ahead, sit in.
Doreen, you grow by like 20%. You're 20% taller.
I'm probably normal person size now.
Yeah. It's great.
All right, now get up. Get up. What happens after they get up?
He shrinks back down, or she shrinks back down to her normal size.
Yeah. Guafia takes the chair, walks out, like, this is a really nice chair. Turns around, throws it into the fucking river.
Well, you're all the way inside. You would have to go through many rooms before you could get to the river.
I mean, he said it's ours, so he just, thank you for the chair. We will take good care of it.
Perhaps a halfling would pay a lot of money for it.
You're not inside. Takes the chair, walks outside, does a spin and throws the fucking chair into the river.
What if we sold the chair to a halfling?
All right.
Halflings dive into the river to chase after their beloved artifact.
No,
They will
Doreen's
eventually
going to
recover
the-
it.
Grab the chair.
Please
'cause I'm
tell me they
thinking
can't swim.
There's probably some halfling or gnome that would pay for it.
So Vigloff goes for the chair. The halflings go for the chair. Vigloff is bigger and faster. You'll get to it first. Yeah.
Anyway.
The party eventually arrives back at Shenanigans.
Yes.
Tired.
Vigloff demands that you have an Ewok style party celebrating our victory, little halflings.
Do you say this in Shenanigans or at the halfling village?
No, at the halfling village.
They say no. They paid you, and you have not really treated them with any respect. You threw their greatest gift that they were paying you, that they had a lot of value attached to. You just threw it in the river, and they're not inclined to be kind to you at all. In fact, you've sort of made an enemy of the halflings.
Wait, does it work if it's just like touching your butt?
How would you know? It's been thrown into the river and floated away. It's gone
No,
now.
it's not, Neal. I specifically said I went after it. He went after
We grabbed
All
it.
right, Vigloff has it then. It's in Vigloff's hands.
it. Let me see it.
You
All
can
right.
try it out.
The chair will make you 20% taller when you are sitting in it.
Okay, but if I just have it like attached to my butt as I'm standing,
Like,
is that-
if you were to sit in it and then, like, stand up but hold the chair still to your butt,
right?
no. The chair has to be resting on solid ground.
Did you think of tying the chair to yourself and just constantly having it with you?
Hey, that's 20% extra damage.
I mean, I can make you 30% taller if you want to, right?
No, that's just a permanent 20% extra damage with an awkward chair on your butt.
So you get back to Shenanigans.
Can we sell the chair as Weeklove suggests?
No.
There is
Can't
another
sell
possibilities. People of all types, large and small, come to Shenanigans.
Can we sell
We
it?
need to sell it to the queen
So I'm going to
and just be like, listen, attach this to your throne and you'll get bigger every time you're sitting on it. It'll be great. You'll look so
I'm going to take a mug, and I'm going to. Does somebody have something we can use to write?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I've got reading and writing.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Let's see. I will write on the mug. Chair of small person embiggening.
Embiggening.
1 gold piece for 10 minutes. And I'll like tie that to the arm of the chair and I'll sit it there next to our corner.
Desmond walks over to you and says, Vigloff, I will trade you this chair for free drinks and lodgings for life.
I think we already have that.
Okay, I'm going to start charging you for everything then. So, how many drinks did you order and how many nights have you spent here? That's right, you sleep here every night. Lizzie! We need the accounting department again. Vigloff needs to pay his bills.
Desmond, how about 100 gold, like 500 gold for the chair? You make
kind
that.
of a lot.
Yeah, but then you can do this to it and get it back within like 500 minutes.
I'll give you 250.
Three.
Done. He gives you 300 gold. He gets the chair. He removes Vigloff's sign, writes the exact same sign in his handwriting, and puts it back on the chair. And you guys can split 300 gold between 4 people.
Yay, 75.
25 each.
All right.
That is why you don't tell Neal when the halflings give you like the greatest. Okay, Neal, I have to ask: was it a chair from the beginning, or once Rob said it was a chair?
No, it was a chair from the beginning.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Definitely.
I don't want to give it.
As soon as he said it was going to be the halfling's greatest treasure, you knew it was going to be something that halflings would like, that no one else would care about. Like some sort of platform shoes or something.
Oh, that would have been good. No, I like the chair though. It's great. All right. That is it for Shenanigans today. I hope you all enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed it. The party still survived, which means next week we'll have to kill them.
Experience.
I mean, just
you did kill 5 trolls.
And we play all the characters that are the highest level, and we give you a challenge.
All right, divided. Oh, 6. Oh god. Divided by 4 players. Everyone take home 1,625 experience for today's adventure, mostly from troll killing. Trolls were not originally part of today's adventure. We were going to have a really big back and forth between the gnomes and the halflings, and there were going to be traps, and there were all sorts of traps. We're going to have like concave mirrors to reflect the sun at you and set your ships on fire. It was going to be great.
Which doesn't work.
It works just fine.
Hold on.
I imagine the gnomes using like aligning all the mirrors to point the bird and then waiting for like 10 minutes, nothing happens. 50 minutes.
It's D&D. It would definitely work.
we did solve the quest and wipe out a gnome village, and
you did, and you got experience for all of that.
Into space.
You got experience for all of those things, yes.
And to be fair, we didn't actually commit any crimes. They attacked us first. They just shot us. So to shoot us, and they blow themselves up.
Yep.
So
no crimes were committed today, and even if they were, it's not like the halflings would turn you in because they hired you to do this.
I just want to point out for everybody, I put an image or link to an image into chat there.
Who's this that we're looking at?
If when you don't watch Excalibur, then you're denying yourself the chance to see young Patrick Stewart, who looks exactly like today's Patrick Stewart, because apparently he is fucking Merlin.
He is. He really is. Wow.
Except he wasn't Merlin there.
So is Patrick Stewart the one who's getting it on in his armor?
No, that was who was it? Arthur's father, I think, or somebody. Somebody who had Merlin change him into to look like the woman's husband and sneak into the castle. I forget the names, but if you know your Arthurian legend.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, congratulations, everybody.
So 1,000, you said?
1,600, I believe.
Oh, 1,600.
1,625.
Is it 8K for 4th level for fighters, or what is it?
248, yeah.
Woo, I leveled.
Yeah, I'm 500 away from
That
leveling.
puts me over 8. All right, so D12 plus.
Talking
Three.
talking about of Patrick Stewart, like watching Star Trek Next Generation on Netflix. I have really the feeling that when they came up with plot points for each episode, they just had a giant chart with some numbers and dice. Like, what if Picard?
Just like one big plot generator.
Yes, and then what if the Enterprise? And then what if Riker?
Ooh, good HP roll.
Yeah.
Like, really, it really feels like it.
What if we had Riker do the Riker maneuver?
Oh no! What if the everybody on the Enterprise got drunk, but it is some air radiation, whatever.
Yes, it is some air radiation, whatever.
Data has intercourse with someone? What?
What? All right, that's it for Shenanigans.
That's an episode, by the way. That's an episode.
All right. That's it for Shenanigans, everybody. I hope you all had fun. I had fun. We'll see you next Saturday for some more amazing adventures. Shenanigans is great. I love this game. We'll see you. Any last moment? Any last words?
The flagship Koibu game.
It will be maybe if you guys can like not go the wrong direction for 3/4 of the session.
It's the longest running by now, right?
Dicing with Death has more episodes. Yeah. All right. We're out. Goodbye, everybody.
The flagship.